So, Game Freak does a lot of things that make you question their game design and decisions, and it's a lot of things. Like why did they make Vikavolt slow? Why does Tinkaton not have any real way to actually hurt Corviknight, even though that's part of its biology? Why is Regigigas stuck with a terrible ability? And with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they'll remove the depth of abilities from the game for all Pokemon. They will do the same with Legends Arceus, make it so none of the Pokemon have their abilities that would help make them more unique. But then they specifically allow abilities on Regigigas and no one else, even though that Pokemon would actually benefit from that not being there. And this isn't new news or anything. Like everyone's well aware of how Regigigas is really just not that good, and people wish it was good because they like Regigigas and they want to see a Pokemon they like actually usable instead of being a weak, handicapped, useless monster in so many situations. Now, the reason I bring up Regigigas is because, with years and years and years of complaints that have gone unaddressed and no real way to play around the ability or just get rid of it in any way until wheezing with neutralizing gas, but that's assuming you have access to wheezing if you pay for the DLC like a sucker. When 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 it's a assuming you bought the proper game and DLC so that you can have Regigigas and Wheezing at the same time. Because if you if nobody out there buys the DLC at all, you can't even trade. So it's paywalled. So don't pretend that it isn't. But anyway, and the reason I bring this up is because with a lot of Pokemon's bad and questionable game design decisions, you pretty much don't ever have to put up with that with a game like Yokai Watch, especially Yokai Watch 3. And there are a lot of yokai with unique ideas and gameplay that are basically the strategies and gimmicks a lot of Pokemon would be able to do uniquely, except they are actually viable in high ladder competitive settings in battle. And the reason why that's important in battle is because Pokemon don't really have anything else they can do. There's no contest, there's no Pokeathlon. All you have left are battles. So if the Pokemon's not even good in battles, you just have the monster and it's just a novelty. You might as well just be collecting stickers and cards. At least that'd be cheaper than spending $60 on a game. And with the counterpart to Regigigas, that one would easily be Lord Enma Awoken from Yokai Watch 3. Lord Enma Awoken is an S rank Enma tribe lightning attribute yokai, and and its skill is pretty much everything Regigigas wishes it could be. Like it and and Lord Enma Awoken isn't even a bad is certainly not a bad monster at all. Stat wise, it's really good. Really good HP. At level 60, really good HP. Pass hits the 300 threshold. So it's sort of tanky-ish. Amazing 182 strength. That is a lot. Spirit 137, also pretty high. Defense 142. That's pretty bulky. And 142, that's on the fast side. On its own, you get a really good monster with really good stats, and its skill doesn't cripple it unnecessarily like you would with Regigigas. With Regigigas, you're stuck with half attack, half speed for 5 turns. Lord Enma Awoken, you have this really good stat spread that you get full access to at the beginning of the battle, and as the battle goes on, after it takes 5 actions, you get rewarded with the payoff of it getting even stronger. Like, instead of being stuck with some weakling you have to support to make good, you get something decently strong that only gets stronger over time. And like, and the Enma tribe is kind of a hindrance because Enmas have no tribe unity, and it takes up an S rank slot. And competitive Yokai Watch, you're restricted to 2 S ranks at maximum, so this guy has to compete with a lot of things. But like, here we're gonna be watching a play-by-play of a by a Yokai Watch competitive YouTuber called Mira. I'll link the video and their channel in the description, so feel free to comment, like, and subscribe to them down below. And so let's so let's let's go through this, and I'll explain what's going on here. Because like they specifically built this team around Lord Enma Awoken, and it's a really good team that takes really good advantage of a lot of Lord Enma Awoken's unique traits, which is something you don't really get a lot of freedom with Regigigas. You have to build around it very specifically just to be able to support it, because if you don't, it's just more often than not going to be completely dead weight, as opposed to a lot of other Pokemon that get a lot more freedom to like synergize with a lot of other Pokemon. And like the first thing they did was take advantage of Lord Enma and Lord Enma Awoken's special hold item. It has a really good stat buff, and it completely changes the way Lord Enma Awoken plays. And Lord Enma Awoken is, like we said, Lord Enma Awoken is already good on its own, and like its special item gives it way more freedom to like do something different if it wishes. Like it's gonna be plus 64 to its strength stat and negative 64 to its defense stat, as you can see here. Hitting that nice juicy 273, but its defense not that good, 69. Lol, 69, right? Anyway, like hitting the 200 threshold in strength in Yokai Watch 3 is pretty rare as it is, and being closer to like 300 is even more special. Like that's a lot of strength. Like probably the only thing that comes close to that level of strength is like max strength investment Ancient Enma, I believe, or Brutal, with both of which have their own strengths and weaknesses. And like, but that's not the only thing this whole item does with a nice stat boost. It also gives Lord Enma Awoken this really good unique ultimate that does physical fire damage on an X-shaped pattern right here. So like in Pokemon lingo, imagine if Regigigas got its own special hold item that gave it its own special Z move to boot, while also buffing its stats. Regigigas doesn't get that kind of privilege. The privilege it gets is that it gets to keep its stupid-ass ability in Legends Arceus, which one of the so-called better recent Pokemon games. And looking at this team here, like pretty much everything about this team, like all these choices probably merit their own video to explain what exactly is going on. But I'm just gonna try to keep it like short, sweet, to the point. Like we got Everfor as another S rank. Everfor while active negates all accuracy and evasion checks, so like nothing can dodge while it's out on the field. Really good, so you can guarantee a lot of damage. Watermelon with I think he goes into it here, yeah. Like with like with the Watermelon, the Fruitnyons have a special skill that makes it so when they faint, they get all. Watermelon basically makes it so that when they faint, all of their all active allies have their soul meters completely full. And I'm pretty sure it's holding a Grainpaw Soul Gem in this match. Grainpaw Soul Gem makes it so like when the holder is defeated, what happens is like the allies get get a bunch of their HP healed up as if they used a strong healing magic attack like Paradise. In Pokemon lingo, think of it as like Healing Wish, but like better in every way. So like you just want to let the Watermelon die and it'll like help your allies by keeping them alive longer and giving them more offensive tools with their ultimates being fully charged. And Watermelon also covers some really good ultimate tiles, so that also helps. Like we got Cricky buffed to B rank, with prestigious treasures. Look, like it's usually an E rank, but like which is good because that makes it so it has a super fast ultimate charge and its ultimate covers like really good tiles. And here we have something really interesting here. We've got Mython and Dragon. Now Mython is also gonna require like its own like video to explain how it works. But like the skinny is that it inverts all of the elemental strengths and weaknesses of all yokai. So like the reason that's important is because of Dragon here, which funnily enough, like if you were to see Slacking and Regigigas like on the same team together from Team Preview, the first thing you would do is question that person's sanity, and then the second thing you would do is probably question that person's intelligence. Or the third thing you would probably do is question if they have either. Because the thing is, it's hard enough just to use and support one of these things. Having them together on one team, like that would probably work if triples were still a thing, and you had access to Wheezing, provided you pay through the nose like a chump. But unfortunately, triples are not an option anymore. And if you're a broke loser, then good luck getting Wheezing unless someone else who's not a broke loser trades it to you from DLC privileges. Or Regigigas from DLC privileges, you know. So don't have money and don't be a loser. And but like here in Yokai Watch 3, being able to run something on the equivalent of Slacking and something on the equivalent of Regigigas on a team together is actually really good in this context. Now, Dragon has really good stats, like all across the board, bar its strength and maybe its speed. Like it has one of the highest spirit stats in the game, so it like hits really hard with magic attacks. It has monstrous HP, decent defense, and it has 2 item slots. And the reason why that's good, and the reason they gave it 2 item slots is to make up for its ability because it's like Slacking. It randomly will not do anything for 1 or even 2 turns. And that would be a bad thing if it didn't have two item slots. Like its stat spread was like pretty average in Yokai Watch 2, but in Yokai Watch 3 it's absolutely incredible. And with Dragon and Mython, the reason why that's important is because Solar Enma, a really powerful fire magic attacker, in most cases would be able to break through Dragon pretty easily. But with Dragon holding a Shielding Soul so they can guard, and a bonus Tapa Soul so it reduces magic attack damage while guarding, it'll take less damage from fire magic attacks, but because of Mython being there, it now turns that fire magic attack weakness into a fire magic attack resistance. So now even if you come across any of the those meta Solar Enma teams, like they're pretty much going to struggle to break past a Dragon because it now resists that fire damage, and it's going to resist it even more because of its all item slots. Think of it sort of like Assault Vest, but on steroids. Anyway, that's like the general breakdown of this team, which has a lot of really good ultimate tile coverages. And we'll let's watch the play-by-play, and I'll explain what's going on. So as you can see here, he pretty much starts off with Dragon out in front. He moved it over from here to here to immediately get Shielding Soul to work, because like Shielding Soul makes it so that you immediately start guarding after moving. It's a really good item on a lot of yokai, so they have a lot more freedom to play defensively. Like, you can pretty much never go wrong with something holding the Shielding Soul in most situations. I guess in this version of the team, he's running Slush instead of Cricky. I guess it's I'm not sure why. I I guess more power on the back tiles because like it covers like the la the back three instead of the back six like Cricky does. But it's like more ultimate tiles and ultimate covers, ultimate covers, the weaker it is to balance it out. And like I'm pretty sure like with Slush or Droplet, they only cover the back threes, so they'll hit even harder. I think I can't tell if this was an early team or later team, but whatever. Like it's a bit. I guess you could like replace one of the two depending on what your team needs. A small difference that makes a ton of different. A seemingly small difference that helps a lot. And anyway, they're wailing on this Fitwit. Fitwit, really powerful and bulky yokai. One of the better tanks in the game. And like you see that like it took Dragon took very little damage from that from that Coma Nubis technique because of the both the Shielding Soul and the Blown is Top of Soul. Like Coma Nubis is a pretty hard hitter. Eh. Anyway, we got some defensive play here. Oh wait, actually, he might not be equipping Blown as Top of Soul because like looking at it right now, it looks like he actually has like what was it? I think he might be. I'm pretty sure he's holding some equipment that makes it so a soul gem of some kind that boosts its look its soul meter charge rate because like it's only been like a few turns and like that thing is almost fully charged. Like that's probably what like Blown his Top of Soul is good, but like I guess in this case he's after Ultimate Charge to like force a lot of movement and get a lot of damage off. That that's the general idea. Anyway, we now go. He's now gonna go into Dragon's Ultimate, and and that's pretty much why the fast Ultimate Charge item is gonna be like really valuable here, because like Dragon is like super, like I said, super high spirit stat. Like it's I think it's like one of the top 10 in the game. So like here you're gonna be making the opponent like if you unless the opponent moves out of the way, it like Dragon's ultimate tile coverage is also like really good. It covers like the front two, like you can see like lion, like the enemy lions is about to. And like I said, it hits really hard. So unless the opponent gets out of the way, they're gonna take huge chunks of damage from icy dragon breath. Like like see that? And here's like a okay, I just noticed this. Like here's another really good reason why the Mython pick was like so incredible for this team build. Like Benkei and Lion here, both of them are ice attribute yokai. In any other case or situation, they'd be resistant to ice magic attacks like from Dragon here. But and this is a really big but, because of Mython being on the team, it now turns their ice resistance into an ice weakness. So they're getting so as you can see here that lion is pretty much dead from like getting hit for elemental weakness from Dragon's ultimate. Like real like there are a lot of really good meta yokai that are ice attributes. So if you can turn like that ice resistance like fire yokai that are resistant to ice, or other ice yokai resistant to ice, but like with Mython, now that's just a non-issue in this case. Anyway, there's that dead lion. Oh, okay. So this is Droplet, and my mistake. It's covering the back two rows of tiles. Anyway, like the lion being dead, that's gonna be really good because like they don't have to worry about a low rank ultimate spam there. um, I moved out of the way from the Dracunon Sultan from the Originion. Let's see when. Oh yeah, it took a bit for the nice plays to come into effect. Let me see the. Well, let me see that HP again. Uh, yeah, like see that? That's like half of the Ben K's HP gone just from taking that ultimate. Like it was guarding, so like it cut that damage in half, but that was like a lot of damage, just from one attack. Like Ben K is on the bulky side. Like they make a point to make tanky yokai that have bad high defense, low speed, and they give them really good HP. Ben K is one of those yokai. So we got to switch out into the Mython to take that Ben K's ultimate, and it's also carrying the Shielding Soul, and as you can see, it was able to take that really well. Now he's gonna force more board movement with Watermelon's ultimate. Watermelon, like, okay, the droplet just died to that buttered blue ultimate. But it was an okay sacrifice because now he can fire off a Watermelon's ultimate, get some huge damage off, and it was able to get past that Originion's Peerless Soul. That's why it didn't take any damage. It was pretty much invincible for that one turn, for that one attack. Think of it like Protect, except it's actually fair. It only works once per battle instead of like being able to spam and luck hacks it. Protect is just really dumb, but like Peerless Soul is actually fair. And here's where the suicidal Watermelon comes into play here. He lets the Watermelon die, and that's fine, because now both of its effects are going to go off, even though Ben K is going to get buffed from defeating the Watermelon. So first off, its skill is going to activate. So now both Dragon and Mython now have full soul meters that they can use. Like they were pretty sure they were close to charging anyway. Yeah, only the Dragon was like close to charging, close to being fully charged, but like that's still really good value just to have full soul meter charge here. And there's the other effect, the Grain Paw Soul Gem, or that gave them both full. It healed both this guy's teammates back to full, so now they can keep tanking and playing defensively. Like I said, healing wish, but like better in every way. Really good pick for this team. Anyway, here comes the Fitwit's ultimate. He's gonna move out of the way and immediately go for a Dragon's ultimate. while Mython takes that like a champ because of Shielding Soul. More Icy Dragon Breath, and dead. See that? Huge damage because that ice weakness, thanks to the Mython being there. Like pretty much everything about this team, after the Enma Awoken, is just helps to deal with a lot of potential matchup trouble, like bulky ices, fire teams. Anyway, like here's something real. Okay, now here's something really cool that happened that he just really went into detail with. So what happened here was like while the Coma Nubis was using its ultimate, he started charging the ultimate of his Everfor, and you can see like the opponent's board lining up with those tiles from where Everfor's ultimate was going to hit, but he doesn't actually use it. He's baiting the opponent into moving. Instead of going for the Everforce ultimate, he made them think he was going to go for the Everforce ultimate, and instead forced them to move. And now he goes into the Lord Enma Awoken ultimate. Okay, we got to. Komajiro laying down item. And now we get to see the Lord Enma Awoken's ultimate in action, and... Okay, it did a ton of damage, but like, it was holding a 1 HP soul, that's why it survived. But like, still, being able to bring down like like if it wasn't for that one item, it would have, the Komanubis would have been dead there. Like, it hit its safety net threshold, so... But like, that's fine, that's where it's still in wait time, and this is where the Mython ultimate comes into play now. And here we go. Like, and now both the Mython and the Lord Enma Awoken were able to take out a really good target. Like a Komanu, like killing a Komanubis is like really helpful because like they can get around like 1 HP souls and stuff. Definitely gonna make a video on him and how good he is another time. But like, thanks to the really good ultimate coverage and the elemental chart being turned on its head, now the opponent doesn't really have much left, especially because they were baited into moving, and then the Fitwood goes down. Oh, and that's also another thing. Like, you'll notice that like the Ever 4 was active while he went for this Lord Enma Awoken ultimate. That basically guaranteed like that the Komanubis was not going to be able to dodge a single hit. Because like no dodging while active, and that includes allies ultimates. So it took the full frontal force of that Lord Enma ultimate. And as we can see here, SSS rank on the ladder, that's like really high ladder. Like only the best of the best players can manage to get up there. And this guy was using the equivalent of Regigigas and slacking and something like basically Machamp's skill, but it's a blanket effect and actually good in high ladder and win. Like with Pokemon streamers, you can usually expect like gimmicky idea teams like that to like lose a ton of ladder points and never get anywhere. Which goes to show how good the system is. Okay, so for next game here. Okay, like this guy is like I can understand why this guy was like really bad, for at least really annoying to see off the bat. This is Repossessor. Like its skill is basically like disable except actually good. Disable from Pokemon except actually good. Like when an opponent like hits this thing, like they pretty much won't be able to use that same action again at all until Repossessor is dead. And like Repossessor likes to carry a the Peerless Soul too, so it can remain invincible for the attack it takes. Negate any damage it would have taken, and keep that attacking action locked away. So like a physical attacker with high strength is hitting it with a physical attack that does no damage, and now it can't use its physical attacks anymore. That's going to be really bad for like a Lord Enma Awoken. And of course he has, and for the rest of his team right now, we have double Lyrebird, probably holding like I can't remember the name of the soul gem, but like it negates hazards, sort of like heavy duty boots. So like the idea is you can usually keep 2 Lyrebird in the back with that soul gem, and like you pretty much don't have to worry about hazard teams or teams that spam ultimates. But the problem with that is like when they negate ultimate damage by dodging, and like Ever4 gets around that because like if it hits them with its own ultimate, they won't be able to dodge it. But any other allies hitting them with ultimates, I'm pretty sure they will be able to dodge it. It's a really weird interaction. Anyway, he repossessed the Repossessor repossessed the Lord Enma Awoken's attack. Anyway, we're gonna skip ahead, and Ever4 is gonna be doing her thing because of the Lyrebirds. He's pretty much laughing maniacally here at how Ever4 is gonna pretty much make those Lyrebirds in the back dead weight. Okay, we get to see this in action. I'm pretty sure the Lyrebirds will dodge it, or because I'm pretty sure they can only dodge if they only won't be able to dodge if it's directly from Ever4, but we'll see. Okay, so it actually took that full. full force. That means okay, I had that all wrong. Apologies. So apparently it makes it so like Everforce skill makes it so even though as long as it's active, like those guys just cannot dodge any ultimates like they usually would be able to. So they're going to be taking full damage from ultimates like Cricky. So that's interesting. I wasn't aware it worked that way. I thought, but that's good to know because like I'm designing my own indie game that uses the Yokai Watch 3 system, so I need to know these things. Being able to negate ultimate dodging, that's actually really strong. Anyway, the Originion's going to be going for a Draconion's ultimate, aiming for a huge chunk of damage on the Watermelonion. Watermelonion's ultimate's fully charged now, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to fire that off. Or I guess he's going to go for the Dragon's ultimate first. Okay, he's going for the Watermelonion's ultimate first. Get the full value of the Watermelonion before he lets it die. Dragon taking that like a champ. All those watermelon seeds. That poor lyrebird. And Everforce just took a huge chunk of damage there from the Fitwit ultimate. Okay, he's got a Phoenix in the back. And Phoenix is also like really bulky, also going to require its own video explaining how good it is. Okay, so he's going for is he all right, it looks like he was trying to bait out an ultimate with Everforce, but they weren't falling for it, so he goes for Cricky instead. And here we go. I'm pretty sure Phoenix isn't gonna be. Yeah, Phoenix, like you see, Phoenix is usually a fire attribute, so like it's like normally it would take a ton of damage from like a Cricky's ultimate, which is water. But in this case it didn't because Mython's there. Like it's one of those weird those specific cases where like Mython kind of works against the team because like now that Phoenix in the back that's gonna be is gonna be resistant to the water damage from Cricky. But like that's probably not gonna matter much because like because I think we're gonna see the Lord Enma Awoken come into play later. Okay, so the opponent fell right into the trap of the Everforce ultimate, taking full damage, and now both the Lyrebird and the both Lyrebird and both Lyrebird and Repossessor were done. Okay, skipped a bunch here, but now here's the and remember when I said like Lord Enma Awoken's ultimate does fire damage? Here's where it's coming into play here, because like I said, Phoenix is fire attribute, which means it would be resistant to fire, but now Mython's there, so fire weakness. And look at all that juicy damage. And dead. Anyway, that's this team breakdown. Another SSS rank game. Like, I hope this better explains like how Yokai Watch 3's game design pretty much rewards a lot of creative team building, that to the point like even a weird skill like that can come into play. Like I don't even think we saw like I don't even think we actually saw like oh wait, actually no, we see like yeah, where was it? Oh yeah. Oh no. That's someone else's step. I guess that was like Lord Enma in spirit or something. I thought that was Lord Enma getting inspired with the full boost from its skill, but like I'm pretty sure we didn't see like that's the strength of this skill, like way better than slow start. He was able to work with a really strong monster. Like even if they did get the 5 actions off, it would have gotten even stronger, but like and until then, like that team pretty much helped out a lot more long term to ensure like even if you were trying to go for the 5 actions and huge stat boost on Lord Enma Awoken, like this team pretty much slows down like a lot of matchups, like has like like Solar Enma, and among other things. And while and the fast ultimate charge on his allies to take take advantage of forcing movement and like stuff taking big hits. So like the skill may not have come into play, but like and like everyone else was like pretty much doing their part. But still, Lord Enma was like the point is that Lord Enma wasn't dead weight this whole game, like you would usually expect a Regigigas or a Slacking to be. Like in fact, it was like as we see here, like it was about to go into sudden death, and then the Lord Enma Awoken pretty much killed off the Phoenix by hitting it for weakness because of the fire damage from on coupled with Mython, and of course Mython plus Dragon with Shielding Souls plus Watermelon keeping them alive and giving them more offensive synergy with full ultimates and fully regain HP. A really good team for like building long term and like to support the Lord Enma Awoken. Just a really great team overall. So that's this play-by-play, and I hope you enjoyed the video and listening to me rant about Yokai Watch having better game design than Pokemon, to the point that something like Regigigas would be better designed in this context. So I'll see you again some other time. Take care. Hope you liked the video. Bye.